We're going to torsion it up. I think. So to torsion it, we're gonna have to cut the pipe. These are gonna be our torsion rods. It's a nice thick galvanized or black steel or whatever. Black steel, yeah. Pipe, just from Menards, obviously. And they're gonna be the things that we use for the ropes to torsion it. If you saw our first episodes, those little wheels that we made, bad idea, I will be the first to admit. But this is, again, keeping it simple. And I might have already explained this, but yeah, we're gonna use this breaker bar in the pipe to twist it. We'll get it torsioned up so it'll be a better example, but I gotta cut this thing with my lovely hand hacksaw. Two pipes. So wrapping the ropes takes like forever. We've got 3/8 by 50 feet of nylon. We'll see what kind of power we can get from just one bundle, but we might upgrade to the 100 feet if need be. Last time we tried like hemp or sisal rope, like a fibrous plant material. I thought like not having stretch would work, but in order to get like enough torsion out of it, it seemed like we needed way too many twists. And I found like a website that hasn't been updated since like 2011, and they said that nylon rope is cheap and very effective. So I'm gonna try that. Instead of wrapping the ropes one by one through, I'm going to try to build a board that's the exact width that we need and wrap it around so we can pick it up and just slide her all through. I did it before with a ballista that we were trying to make, spoilers, and it worked then, so we're gonna try it on a bigger scale with the catapult. Got my length, you can let go. So I've got the length measured here, and I'm gonna just add just a little bit for playroom. We'll just add like 2 inches, 2.5 inches. And since this is just gonna be a board, a 2x4 with some screws in it, I'm not worried about if we need to adjust it. It'll be really easy to do. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna build a board quick, and we're gonna wrap rope around some screws. I'm gonna go, since it's like an inch off the end there, I'm gonna go 37. Can I miss these? What is wrong? Why is this? What did I do? Oh, because I need to pull. Then the rope's not tied, so it's not gonna work, but then we have our ropes pre-measured so that we don't have to wrap one by one. We're gonna test it out with the nylon. Genius, brilliant. The master engineer. Okay. Right. Need a lot more rope. This is when it gets scary, you know? A lot of tension, a lot of torsion. A lot of untested components. Boy, she thick. Like, hold the catapult. And then I'm gonna let, it's not gonna be that much force, but let her fly. Hey, hey. Thoughts right now. Number 1, more rope, more wraps. Number 2, build a platform around this so when we're twisting it, it's not flat up against this board. I can get my hand around it. A lot more leverage. That's all I've got for now, but we're gonna twist it up a little bit more. I gotta turn off the sprinkler quick. That's all I got for right now. That wood is getting chewed. The pipes haven't cracked yet. They don't even look like they're bending, really. I like that. Okay, let's see. Oh. Okay, and we can try hooking up this sucker. You get it in. This is so cool. This is all my dreams come true. Okay, it's staying in. Fire. Excellent. Okay, wrapping up notes. Come here. First thing, like I said, put this, make like a wooden platform so that this isn't flat against it. It's going to be a little difficult to do because you can see how much this is already torn up just by this one little test. This is without enough wraps. Probably going to add another 50 feet of rope. So double the power, ideally. I'm going to want a longer breaker bar to get more leverage. So good thing I left the tag on this. I can return this one. Figure out how to attach these ropes better so that they don't slip, and make the trigger not slide out of the brackets. I think I want to put the trigger so that it holds in somehow this way rather than this way. I just don't know how. I'll think about the trigger. Tune in next time. Hello there. Today on the Siege Captain, we're going to be working on the torsion system to get more power. The problem we were having was when I was cranking up the ropes, I couldn't get my hand around the side of the breaker bar to turn the pipes more. So I'm going to be using this plywood here to elevate where the pipe is sitting through the ropes off the side of the catapult so I can get my hand around the bar. So it's going to be pretty easy, hopefully. Just cut a square out, a little 8-inch square, cut another hole in it using my favorite tool, and try from there. So you can see, you screw that in there. So when this is on here, and this is in here, I can get my hand around it. Whereas before, had this in here, pinched up against the side, couldn't get my hand around it fully. A lot less leverage on it. So that should help. Also, it was kind of cutting into this when I was spinning it. So that plywood should just give it the extra elevation it needs to not do any of those unwanted things. Now we gotta use the hole saw. Not just the table part of it, the whole saw. So the next thing we're going to iterate on here is the catapult arm. There's a lot of things I didn't like about the last trigger we tried. One of them being like these U-hooks are not very secure. The nails that are in the back are kind of splitting it. They're hairline split, so they're really hard to see, but they're there. It's not very secure. Also, the eye bolt, when it was getting pulled down, wanted to slide out without us pulling on the rope. So to make it simple, since I've been having trouble with the trigger, I went to Papa Amazon and found this quick release trigger. It's meant for sailboats, the rigging on the ropes, and it works pretty easy. It's just hard to hold this arm, but it just has this little pin on it. When you pull that pin, it releases this. It supposedly can hold up to 1,900 pounds. I hope the rope doesn't get caught on it. We have some skeptics around here, but I think it'll work. So in theory, you can just have the rope tied to this part here. This part will go around the arm, like so. The rope will pull on and pull it down. Then when you want to release it, I'm gonna put some tension on it. When you want to release it, you pull it, and it releases. So that should be easier to work with. We're just gonna attach a rope to this ring here so our hand isn't right next to the swinging arm. That has potential to kill us. So yeah, that's the next step. Also, I'm gonna mount the U-bolts flipped this way and really tighten them down so they're not wobbling around. And I probably only need one of them. I think I'm going to drill this up and through it so I can put this on the top and then just bolt it down through the wood. Wish I had this. Hammer. Came through kind of crooked, probably because I didn't drill perfectly straight because I don't have a drill press, but it's still going to hold in place, and this is plenty for the trigger to grab onto. So the next thing that we're doing is dealing with the winch rod. I got some hose clamps. As you can see, these ropes slide really easy, so when there's a lot of force on it, I don't want the ropes to just spin out and release the arm. So we're going to give it some mechanical lockdowns. Probably do 2 hose clamps on either end of the rope and put a screw through them. I'm not going to put a screw through them right away, but once we're fully set with the rope draw, then we'll put a screw through them. But for now, just put a couple hose clamps, tighten them down, hopefully stop this rope from spinning on the dowel. Okay, so my first solution for it was going to be just to drill a hole through it and tie the rope through the hole, but the less holes through the dowel, I feel the more strength it'll have, and I really don't want this thing to crack. So I'm just going to try these hose clamps before I do any drilling. Hopefully should be enough force to hold it. I'll hold off on the second hose clamp. I'll double up if need be, but for now we're just going to do one on each side. So hopefully those will be strong enough for when the rope is drawing the arm down, that this rope won't spin off like it was doing before. Just some mechanical holds, but like I said, if we need to, we can either double up or add a screw through it. The arm is drawn in. It's beautiful. What can I say? I'm an engineering genius, honestly. Now we just need to get more rope for the arm, and then we can get more force. Hello. Today, we're getting close to putting on the final touches. The finishing touches is the term, and very excited about it. This was like, I think it was 50 feet of rope for the torsion, and the arm was pretty weak. We also couldn't get as much leverage as I wanted to out of the torsion, but we got more rope, 100 feet. We'll see how that goes. So hopefully we can twist those ropes really good and get lots of power. I don't have it here right now, but we have a basket to put on the arm for what we're gonna test to try to launch things with. And then also we're gonna put hopefully a 2x4 across the bottom for a little bit of structural integrity so the catapult doesn't crush in on itself. Away we go. It's working. Does the arm break? Does the trigger work? Does the whole catapult fly off the sawhorses? Are you ready? Woo! Oh my God, it's flawless. So we're going to put a 2x4 across the bottom here, and then we can string it up with the more ropes. How much power do we have? Oh yeah. Okay, for the maiden launch, we'll say that's good for now. There's quite a bit of force. This is an apple. It's a little rotten. Well, not rotten, I guess it's a little overripe. I'm just gonna say this for safekeeping. At no point go over the arm, okay? Siege ho. Amazing. We flung an apple about 20 feet. Excellent. I'm gonna go grab that apple. More power. About 20 steps. And they're small steps, so we'll say like 40 feet. More power time. We torsion it more. POV, you're keeping a doctor away. POV, you're bringing a catapult to a gunfight. We lay siege. Wow. If we had, I bet you if we had something bigger so I could transfer the force better. And also if we had like a, if we had a soccer ball. Why don't we have a soccer ball? Why don't we play sports? Like a basketball. That was pretty good though. Well, she works. Now, we got to get some power out of her. So, like I was saying, get a lot longer one of these. The pipe wouldn't fit over the end of it, so I couldn't get more leverage on it, but either get a pipe that fits over the end of it, or just a really long one of these. It's because I can't really get any more force out of this. Also, this wood on here is kind of buckling in, it looks like. So maybe if we took like a little, metal working's difficult. I was gonna say, if we took a little piece of metal and put it over this, there'd be a lot less friction. But I don't think we need to add ropes really right now because we're still not maxing these out. We could always add more ropes. So, the thoughts. Longer one of these for more torsion. Put metal on this so there's less friction, and cut some kind of like grooves in this so the ropes on the arm can go over and under for better twisting force. Also, secure the basket better and get like a soccer ball to shoot. Until next time, folks. Stay sieging. That's all I got.